time. So you can explore more on this Google SEO also, Google search engine. So whatever it can be something related to plants, animals, human beings, celebrities, study material, whatever. Everything the Google is retrieving the result and it is displaying.
Ma'am, how Google is the owner of the image? The particular website is the owner of the image.
That's what I told you to think. So when the image is retrieving, you think about the day-to-day thing which you are searching in Google. Let's take nit.com. I am searching for NIT. Google is retrieving NIT images and NIT details. Do you come to a conclusion that Google owns NIT images, NIT logo?
No.
Or nit.com owns NIT images?
Obviously nit.com.
Think. So I will share you a few reference material. That's what I'm telling. Only day one. Today morning I done enough introductory part on this www internet. So do analysis on this. Even I gave you a direct example and direct answer. So think about it. Okay, moving to the topic. The topic, is this a video? How is a YouTube video made available in applications like Slack, Outlook when the links are shared? Oh. So when we share a link on Slack, so the website itself, I shared only the URL. So some content of website has been loaded. Have you experienced this? The same question they were asking in the slide. How does not only the website content tutorial, even the YouTube video, you share the link of YouTube video in Slack and see what is happening. Listen carefully. Coming to our topic. How can people with mobility impairments access these websites? One second, I'm sharing my screen with sound.
A lot of people really don't know what Parkinson's is, nor do they know that there's a large community that have to live with it every single day. My name is Amy, and I was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease 12 years ago. Before the Parkinson's diagnosis, I was a content writer with high-tech companies. I really loved it. I learned something new every day. Since my diagnosis with Parkinson's, everything has become so much more complicated. My use of the internet has changed rather dramatically. My hands can freeze, become fatigued, or just tired, and it's become very difficult for me to keep a mouse steady and enter a website like I used to. Last week, I tried to buy shoes from a well-known company. It took me such a long time to move around the website that I just said the hell with it, and I went and I did something else. We would love to buy your products just like everyone else, but we can't because it's just too frustrating. This is why I really like Accessibility. Using the keyboard shortcuts or the quick navigation bar makes it really easy for me to read, access, or navigate a website. I don't feel left out anymore.
Okay, so coming to the idea behind the video. So there might be a people having disabilities in terms of movement, a kind of parallels, some kind of people with so many genetic disorders, neuro disorders. So they could not able to hold mouse properly when they want to access the website. So you need to design, being a web developer, when we are designing a web page, you need to concentrate developing an application so that anyone can able to access my website. So, okay, let me make it simple. Have you came across with Kindle? What we are doing in Kindle?
Reading books.
Guys, Amazon Kindle books.
And we can read ebooks on.
Yeah, ebook. So let's assume let's take there is a Java book, and there was a theory about Java. Listen. So imagine like there were people with disabilities, even blindness, people who are blind, they want to update in they want to utilize books. In such situation, they will use the concept of what? So instead of reading by themselves, they will use the concept of Amazon Kindle, where it will read the book. So let's assume there is a theory about Java, and there were topic, and there were subtopic, and there were theory content. Assume like you have developed a website where your Kindle could not able to identify your topic, subtopic, and separate theory content. It is reading just like that. It is reading the word topic and subtopic followed with theory content. Will it be meaningful? Instead, you have designed in such the way you will allow your Kindle to ensure that this is what the topic, and this is a paragraph, and this is a subheading, and this is a heading, and this is a sub list, and it is an ordered list. Under that we have list 1, list 2, list 3. Will make sense. I'll repeat again. Whenever we are developing a web page, being a web developer, or as of now we are playing the role of web designers, in order to make your web page more readable, so that people who are with color blindness or blindness, using this automatic reading functionality, in order to segregate the content which we have used to develop the web application, which are all falls under the category headings, which are all falls under the category nav bars and nav menus items, and which are all falls under the category headings, definition, term, definition, description. So will gives more readability to your application. So let me get into more on this topic. I think there is one more video.
Digital information has become indispensable for all of us, including the more than 7 million Americans with impaired vision. Is your information accessible to people who can't see? Most people who are blind use audio screen readers, so you're all set, right? Not really. What the screen reader reads makes a big difference. Here's what people with low vision get from an inaccessible web page.
A blurred website simulating low vision.
Link image, red dot with a white letter C that symbolizes a moon crescent as well as the sun. This logo is followed by a black banner that says City Lights, which is the name of this online portal. Link image, nav_home.gif. Link image, nav_news.gif. Link image, nav underline facts.gif. Link image, nav underline survey.
So are you noticing what is happening in this video? Imagine like the application is used by some visual what to say that impairments, who are having who are blind or color blind, or this people who are having this limb disorders, paralysis. So I'll just forward some seconds back. So imagine like the person is blind or color blind.
The name of this online portal. Link image, nav underline home.gif.
So it should indicate I am under nav, home. I am under nav bar.
Link image, nav underline news.gif.
Now
Link image,
underline.
nav underline facts.gif.
Now ordered
Link
list.
image, nav
Now
underline
ordered
survey.gif.
list,
A
unordered
user
list.
who is totally blind gets this experience.
A black screen.
Which is your favorite city park? Radio button, 1 of 6. Radio button, 2 of 6. Radio button, 3 of 6.
Could you fill out the survey? Here is the page you tried to view.
The website from before without blur.
Now, see it with accessibility built in.
Link image, city lights, your access to the city. Sunny spells image. Explore site by topic. Quick menu, explore site by topic. Heading level 2, navigation menu. Link, home. Link, news. Link, tickets. Survey, clickable. Favorite park. Which is your favorite city park? None, radio button, 1 of 6. Central Park, radio button, 2 of 6. Grand Park, radio button, 3 of 6. Jurassic Park, radio button, 4 of 6. Selected, Jurassic Park, radio button, 4 of 6. South Park, radio button, 5 of 6. Other, radio button, 6 of 6.
Better, right? Much better. To learn more, visit perkins.org/access.
So we want to design a web application so that instead of blindly creating a page with putting all the content, we need to segregate the content into various categories so that everyone can able to understand what is happening in your page. So that can be achieved with the help of semantic tag. So we are going to structure a web page using semantic and HTML5 element. In this session, we will be discussing about difference between non-semantic and semantic element, benefits of semantic element. As we all know, the semantic element definitely helps in screen reading and for page navigation. So how to structure a web page using semantic HTML elements. Semantic elements, semantics is a study of meanings of word and phrases in a language. In programming, semantic refers to the meaning of a piece of code. Whatever the small piece of code is having in your web page, you should provide the information. Semantic element clearly describes the meaning both to the browser and the developer. Why I am having this top left side corner, top right side corner, top mid element. What was the central element? What was the right element? So I want to clearly indicate the meaning of each and every element which I am using in my HTML. As I told, more readability. So readability can be achieved in my web page with the help of semantic element. So there were various semantic elements we will use. It is not H1, sorry, it's a typo error. It is H group. H group, address, article, figure, aside, even the nav bar, which we discussed in the morning, figure they have mentioned, header, footer. So you can place a content in your div, page division tag and span tag. These are all called as non-semantic tag. They are very generic and does not tell anything about the content. Wait. Please look into the slide. So let's assume I can develop a web page using non-semantic tag and semantic tag. Output will be different. Output will be same, sorry. I will be getting the same output, I will be getting the same content, but what was the difference? Again, I'm repeating, structure of the document and content of the document will remain the same when we use semantic and non-semantic tag. But when we are using semantic tag, so div is called as page division tag. I am dividing my page into 4 blocks. Each block I'm going to place the content. In my first block, I am going to divide further into span tag. Span is a smaller part of dividing into div tag. So whereas if you look into the right side, guys, what are all the things you are observing? I'm going to divide the page into 4 blocks. The first block is header. The last block is footer. And the central part is article. Inside article, I'm going to place a figure. And inside figure, I'm going to place image. And inside article, I'm going to place all the paragraph list, whatever I want. Inside now, I will be placing my anchor tag. So I am indicating the browser that whichever the content, I'm going to place it in my HTML page. So I'm going to group it under certain semantic tag. So this will clearly define the meaning to a browser for us also. See, can you understand the idea behind the semantic tag?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to indicate my browser as well as I will also understand that for what I'm going to use it, that particular block. So on seeing the term, header is most common. Whichever the functionality you want to keep in top of the page, you will keep it as a header. Nav bar, under nav bar, you will be collecting all your anchor tag for navigational links. Footer, every page will have a content which will lies at the end of the page, might be page number, reference link, address, feedback links. Those are all will be placed in copyright. Everything will be there in footer. So what will you I understand when there is a block called as figure? If you have a tag figure, what you will understand?
And that images are being placed.
So under IMG, under figure, I will be having all my images. Under my article, I will have all my content related to my web page. I can able to understand. Being a developer, I also understand, the browser also understand. When it comes to screen reading, it will project it properly. Is that fine? Shall we get into various semantic tags?
Yes, ma'am.
So see, this will be helpful when we are into screen reading. That's what I'm telling. Kindle is a very good example, I can see. So finding each block of code as a meaningful, and so that it is easy for identifying. When it comes to searching also, your semantic plays a vital role. So mainly the semantic will be useful when we are in screen reading. Mostly this visual challenged people, when they are using the web page and they want to navigate from one page to another page, the semantic will be more useful. You know what is screen reading, right? Screen reader, screen reading technology.
Yes, ma'am.
Mostly with visual pattern and this learning disability people who will utilize this technology, screen reading. So automatically, your voice, your machine speaker is gonna to read whatever the content is there on your web page. Whereas if you segregate under semantic tag, it'll do the same. It will do the same needful for the people so that they will able to understand. Okay, semantic element benefit in search engine optimization, in searching the page as well as screen reading. Semantic element makes the process of searching the words on web page easier and faster. So when it comes to searching for any keywords in a page, it will be easier. And when it comes to screen reader technology on reading the content in a page, so the advantages are easier to read, accessibility, and all the default keyboard actions will be taken. Standard HTML elements H1 title are used by Google, whereas other search engines has core ranking metric, a lot of there. It highlights the most important part of your page when it comes to search engine result pages. So whenever if you are using this HTML semantic element, definitely it will be into one of the ranking algorithm. So it will helps you to retrieve the result in less amount of time. So when it comes to Google bot, so software or any technology where it focuses on the real specific content of the page, it excludes the other content which is not required for the user. Priya, can you read the theory for me? Priya, you there?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So please read the theory. Wait. Huh?
This one. Semantic elements make the process of searching keywords on web pages easier and faster. These elements are used for search engine optimization and screen readers. Semantic elements are easier to read, provide greater accessibility, support default keyboard actions.
Thank you.
This one, ma'am.
Not required. I'll ask the next person to read. Shubham Kumar, you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Please read the theory.
Search engine optimization, SEO, and semantic elements. A standard HTML semantic elements title are used by Google and other search engines as a core ranking metric. It highlights the most important parts of your page to let it stand out in SERP's search engine result pages. It seems a logical procession practice of search engines to adopt HTML's 5 semantic elements into their ranking algorithms. Using semantic tags, Google bots focus on the real specific content of the pages and includes other content that may be detrimental to the theme.
Thank you. Sanjay, the next slide, please.
And this accessibility one.
Yes.
Accessibility and semantic elements. The screen reader reads each header out as you progress through the content and notifies you about the headings, paragraphs, and etc. It stops after each element and lets you go at whatever pace you are comfortable. It allows you to jump to the next and previous heading in many readers. And we can also bring a list of all headings in many screen readers, allowing us to use them as a handy table of contents to find a specific.
Thank you. A screen reader reads each header out as you progress through the content and notifies about heading. So whatever the tags which we used from the morning, header tag, paragraph tag, ordered list, all falls under the category semantic tag. So that when it comes to search engine or when it comes to reading, it will go and notify regarding each and every tag based content. So semantic element benefits in web development, it ensures consistent code are lighter in file size than non-semantic SPECT code, and it is easy to make responsive for mobile devices also. All except one is benefited by semantic element. Can you identify it?
The search engine.
So except one, remaining all are benefited with this semantic tag. Who is the odd one out? Who is not benefited?
On the
Server.
Server.
The server.
Server. Assistive technology user is nothing but screen reader. Search engine, browser, everybody are getting benefited by semantic except server. Right. A difference between semantic and non-semantic element. The left-hand side is semantic, starting from header. So I'm having section. Under section, I have article. Under article, I'm gonna to keep figure. Under that, I have an image and caption for my figure. And at last, I have footer. So whereas if you are developing a web page using non-semantic, you will simply go with div tag. So I know we haven't come across with this ID and class. Guys, don't think like header, section, article has been provided. These are all CSS class name, just a styling class name. We will use ID selection or class selection in CSS. Tomorrow morning, I'll be introducing CSS. So this ID and class are different ways of selecting your CSS style class. Leave that. So the idea behind this diagram is, please look into this div value. See here, I'm just dividing the page. Inside first div, I have subdivision, again div, again div. Instead of simply dividing the page, we are providing a meaningful block of the code. Okay, there were popular semantic tag. I just wanted to classify. That would be helpful. So please look into all the types. So simply we can categorize semantic tag into 4. The first one is document structure tag. The other one is textual meaning tags. The third one is media type tags. And the fourth one is correlation tags. So all your document structure tag, for example, any random idea? Document structure of the document. On looking into the tag, my complete document structure. Yes, correct. So I'm going to structure my document. Header, what? Footer, my main, my nav bar, section. So I'm going to structure, divide my page, my complete document into various blocks. You can take article. We will discuss about all. So from name onwards, you can identify what is section, what is article. So more we will discuss. Textual meaning tag. Text from the given tags. Text, the semantic tag which is gonna to give the meaning to my text content which I'm gonna to use. Okay. So under H group we have heading tag from H1, H2 till H6. What else? Making my text strong. Block quote. Even we have time. Indicate your time, date and time. Media. So we have, just search for it if you want to keep your audio file, MP3, MP4, video. Correlation. Under that you will have your figure. Unordered list, ordered list, address. See, these are the popular semantic tag. I just wanted to categorize it into 4 groups. So structure of a web page using semantic element. So if you take any web page, you will be having a header. What are all the information will be there in your header? Think and answer me.
And the topic.
So we can say as. So will you find logo? Will you find a company name or website name?
Yes.
Come on.
Tagline.
Search bar, ma'am.
Tagline. Along with logo, it will come here. Tagline will come along with logo.
Oh.
Search bar, ma'am.
Search. By default, what you want, there will be a search text box. And even at the top right corner, you will find login, register. Menu.
User credentials, like username.
Yeah. No, that will come in a separate page. So now bar always consists of
User ID.
menus.
And home button.
Yeah, home. That is what I want you to create in the morning. I didn't check if you find time by today evening, complete it. So home, about us, contact us. I said I want to log in and register. So your page will be divided into various sections. Whatever the content you want to place, the actual content will be placed in your section.
Am
So
I typing
article.
something?
And screen.
Am I typing something?
Oh yeah. So this shared option is there in the bottom. So since mistakenly I'm making it pass. Okay. So actual content, whatever the content you want to display and divided it based on the section will be there in the section category. Article we used to call it as independent content. So some independent or self-contained text, self-contained content. If I want to specify anything which is a separate block, not related with any of the other elements in my page. So let's take this week highlights or the recent event, upcoming event alone. So if I want to make any specified self-content entry in my magazine or blog or in my application, so I can use article. You will find something called as aside. So apart from main section, if you want to add any other content, some external note. Anyway, it is a main content, but you want to add it as a separate block, whereas I want to keep it on my main page itself. I can use aside. So always, if you want to add any copyright information, privacy policy, all the links, all the application, you will find Facebook link, Twitter link, Instagram link in the bottom of your web page. All those things you can collate and you can place inside footer. So I'll repeat, all the information about your application can be placed inside header. So all the group of anchor tag can be collectively put under one semantic tag called as nav tag, nav bar, navigational link. All the navigational link, which is my anchor link, or put together under my nav bar, so that no one page and another page can be linked each other. I want you to complete this 5 pages. So if you have some images, photos to be placed together, even you can add figure, semantic tag. I have some terms. So demonstrate the difference between semantic and non-semantic element. I'll show you the difference. Guys, please look into this code. See, tomorrow I'll be introducing about this CSS style sheet. Let it be. And this class alone, the CSS, leave this. So I have a page, body content. I'm dividing the page. So my entire page, I'm dividing into 2 sub-blocks. The first block is my heading. And the second block is another div block where I'm having the collection of navigational anchor tag. So please look into this code, line number 26 to 34. This is an example, link with non-semantic element. I'm having an anchor tag inside my div. Same if you have added heading tag. So nav bar, can you see line number 29? Now open, now close. If you want to place as an underlined list, go ahead. So the code which is in front of you is an example for semantic element. You will get the same output. If I execute, I'll be getting same output. So this is without semantic, only by using div tag, and this is with semantic.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Ma'am, when we are using that semantic tag, we won't be using div or span, any of that?
We will not use.
Okay.
So listen, one is without using semantic, the page has been divided into various div tag. Under each div tag, for the look and feel, for styling, we are calling CSS property. Leave this. So we are calling div, and inside div, I'm just dividing the page, entire page into 2 blocks. The first block is heading. The other one is for navigation. This is just a CSS, and we are calling all the anchor tag. This is without semantic, whereas if you are using heading tag, heading, H group, all your heading are semantic tag. Your nav tag, all the tags should have proper open close. Under nav, so I'm having unordered list with without list. I'm calling all my anchor tag. Both we are calling 4 anchor tag. So one is with semantic, the other one is without semantic. Instead of using div tag followed with input type button, you can use button. Wait, let's get into more semantic tag. So other than now, let us have a demonstration on use of commonly used HTML5 semantic tag in main sections. I'll take this. Please come along with me. Look into line number 25. So enter your body. So in my header, if you want, you can keep your logo. If the logo is in the form of image, you want to call with the help of your image tag, it is advisable to enclosed within figure. So under header, I have a navigational nav bar. Inside nav bar, I have all my anchor tag with all the respective links. Can you see the difference? Just dividing the page according to the section of code. Initially, I'm starting with body. And the first portion is my header. Inside header, I'm having nav. So under that, I'm keeping my logo, an image. So followed with all my anchor tag as a list. And these are all enclosed inside my header. So after heading is done, I'm including my main article. So main content of my page. So this is optional. With or without header, I'll get the output. Why we are using header, why we are using nav, why we are using main?
To make it into semantic format.
Semantic proper formatted element. To improve the readability in terms of Google search engine use, and the screen reading facility can be enhanced more if we are using semantic tag. That's all. Even if I use without header, I will get the output. Even if I use without nav, I will get. So this is my header, and followed with I'm starting the main content of my HTML. So enclosed within main. So inside main, I'm gonna to place an independent article. So this is my first article. Under first article, I have two sections. So under my first section, I have a heading and I have a paragraph. In my second section, I have one heading and I have one paragraph. So a logo followed with images. This background gray color, everything is from CSS property that we will explore on tomorrow. So followed with the main article. In main article, I'm dividing into two sections. So main article, I have two sections. In first section, heading and paragraph. And next heading, in next section, I have an heading and a paragraph. Maybe this is new to you. Aside, section, main section. Please look into line number 61. We have a tag called as detailed tag. So detailed tag, we will provide, it will provide the additional content if the user wants to view. By default, the content will be hidden. Based on the user requirement, the content will be viewed by the user when they wants to open it. So by default, detail has been designed in such the way you will get that kind of a widget in your output screen. See here. So this is my detail. If the user is this arrow mark, this widget will come along with details itself. So by default, this detail provide this interactive, the user interactive, this widget kind of a thing. If the user wants, they can open, they can view, and if they don't want, they can hidden. So under detail, we have two tags. One is summary tag, the other one is content tag. By default, the user will be viewing only the summary. So under details, I have a summary tag. By default, the user will be viewing only the summary tag. If they required, they will click on this icon, this widget block. Then the detailed content will be visible to the user. Make a note of it. So under details tag, line number 61. So detail tag consists of summary tag, which is nothing but it provides the heading to my content, my details content. Always user will be clicking this heading for view as well as to hide. It will act like a toggle button. On, off, view, hide. Again, I'm repeating, under main block, I have my article. This is my main article. Under that, I have two sections. Followed with article, there is a detailed, which is an additional content. Later, if I want to add any independent content in my page, I can use aside. So under aside, I have two paragraphs followed with 3 images. Everything is enclosed within my main block. Is that clear? Article section followed with details. So this is your detailed followed with aside and independent content. So 2 paragraph and some image. And this is your footer part, header part, footer, and my main part. Inside main, I have article where I have 2 sections followed with details tag, followed with aside, an independent block, which is there in my main. If I remove main, will I get the output? If I remove footer, will I get the output? God, guys, you there? Feeling tired?
Yes, ma'am. We will get.
We will get. Just it is gonna to act like a semantic tag. Okay. I have only arena that I'll cover it on tomorrow. So section and article elements are conceptually similar and interchangeable. So under article, we have various sections. An article is intended to be independently distributable and reusable. Section is a thematic grouping of content. So section, one section, theme kind of a thing, one after another. Article is an independent content which I can reuse.
Section, right?
Ensure that there should be proper open close and you can segregate block, that's all. So when the screen reader is reading, it will say first article is done. Moving to the next article. Article open, article close. So always we used with header and footer. Header is always found at the top of the section or all top of your main. You will be finding your header. So we have used various types of headings. Even those headings, if you want to put together, you can use a tag called as H group, heading group. See, even and for all the heading, we are putting under a group. To the article, any time if I want to add an independent article, I can add it with aside. It could be the information about how people read the article, author. So I'm having a content, let's say published by whomsoever, author name if I want to add, version number, when it has been published, those kind of information related to the article, but not inside the content of the article. That kind of information I can add it using aside. Figure element is used to choose markup photos, blocks, diagrams, charts, illustration. All other graphical content will be placed under a group called as thematic figure group. Fig caption is used to give the title or a caption for a figure. It is optional and it can be nested inside figure tag, like alt attribute. So we have something called as fig caption, a caption for your fig tag. All are optional. Details. Detailed create disclosure widget in which information is visible only when the widget is toggled into open state. So by default, it takes the feature of toggle switch on off. When I click, it will open. When I again click, it will hidden. So summary or label must be provided under summary element, which is nothing but a title of my detail. So by default, you will find the triangle symbol widget for details. I want all of you to experience this detail. Take a snap of this. Have looked into this footer, small font, and you will find something called as time. Tag open time, date time is equal to, you will be specifying a timestamp format of date, so that it will convert and it will print date tag. And now I'm introducing time tag. So I want all of you to create 5 web page and all the 5 page needs to be interconnected. So try to use header, footer. So whichever the local time of your operating system, please ensure that you are including the date and time in your web page, any of the page, even in your home screen, that's fine. Whatever the tags which we have discussed so far. So try to use everything in your web page. Which element defines additional details?
Aside. Assignment.
Aside is not additional details.
Summary, ma'am.
Summary.
Detail.
Summary, it is just a heading.
Details.
What's wrong with you guys? So the additional information, if the user wants, they can click and they can open. If they don't want, they don't want to view. It is something which is not present in my web page, but it is an additional content. Based on the requirement, the user can click they can open and they can get. So details is your additional tag, additional detail which we can included in our web page. So CSS and scripts, ARIA label, I'll be introducing it on tomorrow. So we have one sprint. So two things I want to discuss. One is whatever the tasks which you came across these from morning to till now, try to utilize in your sample demo. I told you, those 5 pages which you wanted to create. Okay. And I'll be rolling out the sprint. So try to complete it by today evening. If it is pending, we can continue on tomorrow morning. Sharing the URL.